Welcome to another episode of Our Schools, Our Future. We have quite a show for you tonight. We have students from St. Dominic that will tell us about a very unique initiative that they've brought to the Archdiocese, and we're going to try and implement it. And then we will also hear from a student from St. Anthony who has a beautiful voice and will sing for us This Little Light of Mine. But first, the people from St. Dominic, before we have the whole group present the idea, I want to talk to you all. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we have Teresa Sachs, who teaches
Science and Reading, 7th grade and 6th grade reading
at St. Dominic.
St. Dominic School.
And then we have Megan, and you are a 7th grader. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then we have Sophie.
Yep.
And you're also in 7th grade.
Yep.
Well, let me tell you, when you all came to my office with this magnificent idea that they refer to as ACT, we'll hear more about it, I was blown away. I was so blown away, I called the Archbishop, and he came out of a meeting to see the performance and to talk with you all as well. And he was so impressed. So tell us a little bit about this idea, how it came about, and then we will hear, we'll talk about other things about your school, and then we'll see the performance. So tell us about this idea a little bit. And why don't we start with you as the teacher and the moderator of this?
St. Dominic School's robotic team participates in FIRST LEGO League, and FIRST stands for Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology. And every year they have a theme. And this year's theme was related to teaching someone to learn something, a new way to learn something. And so the team decided to focus on learning about, teaching about deciding on a career, helping students learn about focusing on a career. And then they decided to tie that in with making it, teaching it from 5th through 12th grade in the classroom and tying it into different topics that they learn in from math, science, reading, and they can tell you a little bit more about that.
All right.
Megan?
Megan, we'll start with you. How did this come about from your standpoint, and what are you thinking about all of this?
Well, the 7th graders were reading the book The Giver, and they were assigned the jobs, but we wouldn't like that. So we started to do some research, and we found out that most kids don't know what they want to do.
Especially at that young
Yes.
age. Mm-hmm. And so this would be a good solution for that.
Yes.
All right. And Sophie, what did you find through this whole thing?
It's really surprising how many kids don't find what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So helping them with our solution to teach them about these careers and give them education, it'd be really amazing.
Well, and your idea is amazing. So tell us a little bit about your idea before we hear about it in song and through your little skit that you put together. Tell us about the idea and just what is the idea and how will this better help kids prepare for the career that they want to have or the ministry that they want to have for the rest of their lives?
Professionals will come to the classroom and try to explain more about the topic that they're choosing. So the teachers will go to the website and choose the topic, and they will contact the professional, and they can get a better, more understanding of it. And some kids, when they learn something, they're like, why do we have to learn this? And that will help them to know why they have to learn it.
And to understand it.
Yes.
Well, that is, and one of the things that I find so interesting is you all also brought up in conversation that if someone couldn't come to the classroom, they could do it through Skype. Mm-hmm. And I think that would be so cool because, like, let's say you're getting ready to learn something, and let's say someone, for example, was doing working on the area in math, and then maybe you could call an interior designer and say, look, I work on the area of a room all the time, and you could do it through Skype, where she or he says, this is what I have to do. And so if you want to be an interior designer, you really need to learn about area and what to put where and use that problem solving.
Absolutely, and it shows that shows students that it's relevant. this is something that they will, they will have to know, for this career, this job that they may, that they may find interesting, and not just, oh, why do I have to learn about area? No, what am I going to use this for? Or maybe they have to, in science, they have to learn about focal length, and they could contact a photographer, and a photographer could come to the class and teach them about that and how he or she uses that in their profession, and that may show them what they're interested in this career, and show how it is relevant. So it makes it fun. It shows them relevancy, and students are interested, and it introduces them to many different careers, and not just when they're seniors in high school, when they're freshmen, and they're signing up, and they have to declare a major. And they're saying, what? What do I have to do? And what classes am I signing up for? And it can be overwhelming. And then they're changing majors, and they, why wait until then to decide? They came up with this, and let's expose students to all these different ideas, all these different careers, these different jobs when they're younger, and at the same time help them learn different topics, show them that this is relevant to what they're learning in the classroom, and they may spark an interest.
Right, and it brings it alive, and it ties in why you have to learn this concept and how it's going to be useful when you become an adult. Well, I was so impressed when y'all came into the office, but I got to ask you this. What were you thinking when the Archbishop walked in? Did that surprise you all?
Yes.
I heard some kids talking about that. They were so excited that the Archbishop came in to see it. Were y'all surprised by that?
Yes.
And you could see all over his face. He was just so delighted with the idea.
When the team did some of their judging sessions at the state competition, one of the judges asked, well, what was the most exciting thing that happened this season with FLL? And a couple of the team members said, just meeting the Archbishop. And this is coming from, this is a state competition with 60 teams from all over the state, and not all the schools are Catholic. They have, home schools, and but St. Dominic's Schools said St. Dominic's Schools team said that was the most exciting thing, just to meet the Archbishop.
Well, I can tell. I saw the faces of the kids when he walked in.
And I know Chase, he answered a question, and someone after, said, were you nervous, answering the question? He said, no, I was just so excited to go home and tell my parents that I met the Archbishop.
Well, that's wonderful. And he was so excited to be there. He actually came out of a meeting when I called and I asked if he could come down and see this. After I saw it, it was so wonderful. And he came out of a meeting and stopped in to see all of you. He loves seeing kids from schools and talking to them, just like he did with you all. So he was just as excited to see you all as you all were excited to see him. So we're so lucky to have him as our Archbishop. Such a special person to be our leader in the Catholic Church in New Orleans. Okay, now we're going to see this in a few minutes, but before we do, I want to hear about St. Dominic. You all are in 7th grade. You're moving on next year. So where are you going to go? Where are you thinking about going next year? Dominican. All right. And?
Mount Carmel.
Mount Carmel. Great. Well, can you tell me, why did you choose Dominican? What were you looking for in a high school?
Well, I liked that it had a very good academic, and my sister goes there, and she has a lot of good friends there.
Well, that's wonderful. And Sophie, how about you?
Pretty much the same thing. It's a really nice school as far as academics and faith, and I really am excited to try and get him.
Well, I went to Ursuline, and where did you go to high school?
I went to Cabrini High School.
Cabrini, so we have 4 of our high schools represented, but all of our high schools are wonderful.
Absolutely.
And I have to say, when I go into a Catholic school or Catholic high school or elementary, there's just a certain feel. You can tell it's Catholic, and I think what you all said, just the way you felt when you walked in there.
Absolutely.
And I think you're going to love your high school years next year. I think, next 4 years, I think it's going to be wonderful. So that's exciting. Now, let's talk about St. Dominic. You're going to miss it. How long have you been at St. Dominic?
I've been here since 4th grade.
Since pre-K.
Pre-K and 4th grade, many years. So what are you going to miss about it? What do you love about it? And what is your favorite thing when you go to school, day in and day out? We'll talk about the special events in a moment, but day in and day out, what is your favorite thing about St. Dominic?
Seeing all my friends and
Yeah.
Like seeing your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Now you have a teacher right here. You have to say something nice about the teachers, right? What about the teachers?
They're awesome.
They're awesome. Good answer. Good answer. So there you go. And Juana, you've been at St. Dominic for how many years?
15 years. 15 years.
Yeah. Well, that's why I hear you all really like that teacher, Miss Sachs. I hear she's just phenomenal, right? All right. So you've been there for 15 years?
Yes. St. Dominic is a very special place. It's a very special school. The families are wonderful. Administration, the faculty, committed, dedicated.
Well, it's a ministry, and you can feel that difference.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's the Catholic mission, the presence of Jesus it's not just when we go to Mass, it is throughout the school, every classroom, everything we do, from faculty prayer in the morning to Advent, to the mission collections that we have. It is just woven into the school. The fabric, it sounds.
It's everything.
It sounds,
It's everything it's everything.
cliche, but it's not.
Right.
It's truly just woven into the fabric of the school.
You can feel the difference. You can just feel the difference. All right, now I've got to ask you also, special events that have happened at St. Dominic. What's your favorite thing you'll always remember when you look back on your years at St. Dominic, the number one thing that will stand out? Do you have anything in mind?
Father-child weekend.
Father what weekend?
Child weekend.
Father-child weekend. I didn't know. I was like, what? Father-child weekend. Well, tell me about that.
It's a camping trip where all the dads can bring their kids and they stay for a weekend, and it's a ton of fun.
Wow. And so your dad goes with you.
Yes.
Isn't that neat?
And the moms really like that too.
Well, that's neat. And so both of you all have been on those weekends.
Yes.
What are some of the activities that you do on the weekends?
Oh gosh.
Do you play games? Do you go on hikes? Do you cook any meals?
My dad and me will sometimes cook together, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
What have you cooked over the years?
We've made homemade pasta.
Oh,
and
really?
Chicken noodle soup and chicken rosemary.
All camping? You've made these wonderful meals? I was thinking along the lines of hot dogs and s'mores. Do y'all do that too, the hot dogs and the s'mores? Okay. But that sounds really good. That sounds great. And what about you? Do you agree the number one thing is the father-child weekend? And you all have also, do you have another fun event? Is it a fair?
We have a fair, yes. That's a big event, big fundraiser for the school.
Well, I thank you all so much for being with us today. In just a minute, we're going to see the performance. But Teresa, you said there was something you wanted to say?
Yes, the team had to present their research project, and instead of doing a PowerPoint presentation, they decided to do a creative skit. So this is what you're about to see, their unique creative way that they came up with to present their research.
And you all won.
We won the Core Value Inspiration Award.
And I can see why. And you will be able to see why in just one moment. After this message, we will show the presentation. Thank you.
I needed help finding a doctor.
PACE.
I needed help with my medication.
PACE.
I needed help getting around.
The Shirley Landry Benson PACE Center is a place that helps seniors remain in their homes, providing the care they need. If you or a family member are over 55 years old, you may be eligible for benefits offered by PACE. For more information, contact us at 504-835-0006. PACE, caring for those who cared for us.
St. Dominic School's FLL team, Class Act, proudly presents our world-class question.
How can we improve the way students learn about careers and at the same time help students realize that concepts taught in school are the same skills that are needed for different careers?
Act 1, Problem Analysis. The problem exists.
Our research has shown that the most common way high schools introduce students to different occupations is by having one career day a year. Students often do not see the direct connection between what they learn in school and how it is needed in different occupations.
Nationwide, the ratio is 1 high school college counselor to 450 students.
It is estimated that 50% of entering college freshmen have not decided on a major, 75% of college students change their major at least once, and 40% of college students have not earned a degree after 6 years. This can be very costly.
Oh no, Mom and Dad won't like that and will want to chat.
Act 2, we have a solution.
Listen to our solution and you'll see it's innovative and unique.
Our innovative solution is the form ACT, Association of Career Teachers.
ACT is a clearinghouse of professionals as well as lessons for all subjects for grades 5th through 12th. Professionals will teach lessons based on curriculums. They will explain how to use those concepts that they just taught on a daily basis in their jobs.
ACT will consist of classroom teachers and professionals from many different occupations: attorneys, engineers, doctors, electricians, plumbers, and office workers. ACT will have a website. Teachers will be able to go to the website, pick a classroom topic, and a professional that will teach that topic. ACT will be available to middle school and high school teachers. ACT will make sure that when a student learns about different careers, it will be a continuous, comprehensive, ongoing process that is incorporated in every subject throughout a student's education. ACT will provide a more realistic approach about what is actually involved in different careers. ACT members may also be able to teach from their work site through Skype. For example, a chemical engineer may teach about chemical reactions from his chemical plant.
ACT will help students understand that what they learn in school is relevant, help them make informed career decisions, save money, and ultimately find jobs that fit their interests.
For our sources of information, we use books, websites, research papers, a pamphlet. We also conducted a survey, and we have professionals such as a doctor, attorney, engineers, teachers, and a vocational school director.
We have your attention, so let us mention how ACT will look in action.
I teach English, and this week my class is learning how to write persuasive essays. I'm going to contact ACT.
I'm an attorney and a member of ACT. I would love to come to your English class and teach your lesson and how I wrote a trial brief to persuade a judge.
Will
it be expensive? Can we implement it? We'll address that one too. At first, ACT will be relatively inexpensive because all members will be volunteers. The main cost will be designing the website, maintaining the website, and background security checks for all members.
Our detailed cost analysis includes the cost of a director's salary, rent, utilities, and supplies, and it will be about $125,000 a year.
Act 3, Existing Solutions and Sharing.
ACT is innovative. It does not exist.
A clearinghouse of professionals and lessons does not exist. Existing solutions include combining vocational schools and high schools, career and technical education strategy, and having schools inside high schools, such as an auto mechanic shop in a high school.
Our expert verified that ACT does not exist. It is innovative. ACT includes many different occupations and no vocational training. This will be taught to all students from 5th grade to 12th grade. We shared our project with the faculty of St. Dominic's School, the principal and vice principal of St. Dominic's School, a high school college advisor, a former dean and director from Louisiana Technical College, assistant superintendents from the Archdiocese of New Orleans, the superintendent of the Archdiocese of New Orleans, Dr. Jan Lancaster, and Archbishop Amon. Our finale!
One singular sensation, our team's got what it takes. One FLL question that was so easy to make. Using our research, experts and surveys, our solution will help students on their way. We are having fun, strutting our stuff. When it comes to FLL, we can't get enough. Hope we got your attention. Do we need to mention? Class Act is the one.
Hi, I'm Chef John Folse, inviting you into my camp kitchen for the newest edition of my Taste of Louisiana. I've spent a lifetime exploring the woods, swamps, and marshes of Louisiana and cooking every variety of wild game imaginable, from the traditional venison, duck, and goose to the exotic foods of the bayou, beaver, raccoon, and alligator. Join me after the hunt on your local public broadcasting station.
Welcome back to Our Schools, Our Future. We have a student with us today from St. Anthony, and he is going to sing for us, but first I want to find out some information. Could you please tell us your name?
Styles.
And what's your last name, Styles?
Whittington.
And you are going to sing for us today, is that correct?
Yes.
I am so excited about this. I heard from your teachers that you just sing beautifully. And let me ask you, what are your teachers' names?
Miss Sandra and Miss Wendy.
What do you like about St. Anthony?
They make me do homework better.
And they make you do homework better? Well, that's wonderful. And you said earlier that you love learning and your teachers are nice. Is that right?
Yes.
All right, so you ready to sing? Here we go. I'm going to give you the mic and let you just sing whenever you're ready, okay? All right, Styles, it's nice talking to you. And I look so forward to hearing you sing. So here you go.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, Jesus gave it to me. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, Jesus gave it to me. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Jesus gave it to me. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Styles, that is wonderful. Wow. Well, let me ask you, you must sing all the time. Do you sing at church?
Yes.
Well, that is truly a gift from God, that talent to sing. So we thank you so much for sharing that with us. And thank you for that talent and letting other people see that talent. All right, well, thank you for being with us today.
You're welcome.
And thank you also for being with us tonight on Our Schools, Our Future. Please join us again for our next episode.